go up and talk to them, which that's the kicker, right? Is like going up and talking to somebody. And I know you had said like, that's very nerve wracking for you to, it's kind of almost like being in a bar. The thing about my events is what I always tell people is that I'm like, never in your life will you probably ever walk into a room and know that every single person is single. You don't have to guess. You don't have to guess that the girl that's at the bar is she's married or not. So, you're not going to get rejected and somebody be like, oh, sorry, I have a wedding ring on, or.
Now I've heard of those. I mean, seen videos, things like that, where that happened before, where you've had people there that turns out that they were not single?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of.
And I don't want to know that.
Right. Yeah.
I think I had one guy come to my event who like had just moved out like that week. But but also I'm like, well, a lot of people sometimes live with their exes because it's just hard to find something. I mean, especially now, it's like they're in the basement, and I'm like, but they haven't technically been together for 6 months. So I'm like, I get it. In an ideal world, you would be legally separated before you start coming to our events because it's just, a lot of baggage sometimes for people too to have to deal with. But I think just once, or like somebody had said, I'm still in counseling with my ex. And the girl was like, no, no. What are you in counseling for? You guys getting back together? So, but yeah. So hopefully that doesn't happen ever because my events are for single people. But that's the one thing I always say is like, you're never going to have to guess. So it's just a unique experience to put yourself in. And I'm glad people are coming out. I'm glad people are doing it. It's very exciting. It's a social experiment too for me. Like, it's just very interesting to see people interact and how people interact. And when people do put their matches down. So what happens at the end of the night is people will scan a QR code and they'll put down the names of the people that they want to match with. And then within 2 days, I will text you if you have any matches, their contact information. So you both receive each other's info and you just go from there. So I have a lot of people that will ask me like, hey, like, what's your success rate? Well, I don't base my success on people that have like gotten in relationships because I can't control what happens after my events, right? Like, I could give you their number, but it's up to you to go on a date with them. I base my success on I'm selling out events. People are on wait lists. People are talking about this. That's the success for me.